PlayStation Vita is still trucking along, and there are a ton of games, well over 100, currently in development for Sony's handheld. A couple of months ago, Sony gave us an inside look at 6 of those games, and we made a little video to show them off. Thankfully, they've returned for more, giving us a debugged Vita with 5 upcoming games loaded onto it, allowing us to capture direct feed in the process. Here are the games we played with some brief thoughts on each. Let's start with the big gun in the group, Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number. Dennaton Games and Devolver Digital have returned with a sequel to the critically acclaimed original, and from the 2 missions I played through, it's more of the same, and that's exactly what I want. Hotline Miami 2 takes place in the early 90s, and it retains the core tenets of the original: fast-paced, gory gameplay, an amazing soundtrack, and a super cryptic story. Like the original, Hotline Miami 2 feels right at home on Vita, with its dual analog sticks and touchscreen coming in handy to move your character around, peek further into a level, and target enemies from afar. I was already excited about Hotline Miami 2. After playing it, I'm incredibly excited about it. Keep a careful eye on this one, which is also coming to PS3, PS4, and PC. NIDHOGG is a strange little game. It originally launched early in 2014 on PC, and it was so quirky and strangely addictive that it won IGN's Game of the Month in January. Now it's coming to Vita, and not only is it largely intact when compared to the PC iteration, it actually packs some new bells and whistles. The idea behind NIDHOGG is to battle your opponent, whether controlled by the AI or a real person, to the death in a series of rotating duels. You both begin at the center of the stage and slowly work your way towards one side or the other, until ultimately a pink beast known as the NIDHOGG comes and eats you. Strangely, this is the game's win condition. NIDHOGG on Vita can be played locally by sharing a Vita, which is interesting, but you can also play over the PSN with folks from around the world. Out of the 5 games given to me to briefly test, FLYHUNTER Origins is by far the worst. Indeed, it's unclear whether FLYHUNTER Origins, which has been in development for around 2 years, is anywhere near being ready for prime time. It's sluggish and clunky, and it suffers from long load times and constant stuttering. Developer Steelwool Games is a small studio created by 5 artists, with lots of history at renowned animation houses like Pixar. This may be part of the issue, since the way FLYHUNTER Origins looks isn't the problem. Rather, this is an issue of gameplay. The adventures of Zack the Flyhunter should be fun in premise, but nothing about this game is right in its current form. If my brief time with it is any indication, I'd approach FLYHUNTER Origins with great caution. There's a lot of work left to be done here. If you're into hardcore fighting games, Legend of Raven might just be for you. This game, which isn't only coming to Vita but also to PS4 and Xbox One, has been created by a group of developers who worked together on the famous King of Fighters series, and its inspiration shows in the product they've collectively created. Vita has its share of 2D fighters, but what may just make Legend of Raven stand apart is its unique art, created by King of Fighters artist Katani Tomoyuki. What's also interesting is its accessible gameplay. Legend of Raven will allow multiplayer matches on Vita, albeit only through ad hoc play, and the roster seems to be a bit limited in number. Think Street Fighter 2 or the original Mortal Kombat in terms of fighters. But it also seems to have a lot of heart. I'm super interested to see how the fighting game community takes to this one. With the exception of the immaculate Hotline Miami 2 demo I played, my short time playing WOAH Dave was the most fun I had with this group of 5 games. A lot of this has to do with WOAH Dave's simple hook, as well as its equally simple goals, which line up a great deal with my old school loving heart. Not every game needs to be or should be like WOAH Dave, but having products like this one on the market doesn't hurt. WOAH Dave is all about killing aliens as they hatch out of eggs and otherwise appear on screen. The heart of the game in terms of layout reminds me a lot of the original Mario Brothers. Not Super Mario Brothers, just Mario Brothers. And its tossing stuff at enemies gameplay is reminiscent of tossing vegetables at Shy Guys in Super Mario Bros. 2. WOAH Dave's elegance seems to come from its simplicity, and while I have no way of knowing if the final game will be any good, my demo experience with it made me want to go back for more high scores. I'm intrigued. We'll have more on Vita's upcoming library soon right here on IGN. In the meantime, let me know which of these games, if any, you're excited about, and which games I should bug Sony about giving us access to next.